Hey, what's up, guys? Man, it's good to be home. So, I'm standing here in front of this beautiful piece of machinery. And man, would you just look at it? Every time I'm near this truck, I feel like it's my birthday or Christmas. It's just such an amazing piece of machinery, and I just love this truck. And you know what? I love all my trucks, but for some reason, I have a little soft spot in my heart for this truck. And, you know, I'm going to get after it. And I'm going to get this thing fixed up. And today, it's 150 degrees out. And it's going to be a horrible time. I'm late getting up. Because, you know, I slept in late. I only had 4 hours sleep in the last 48 hours. And then when I got home, I was super tired, but I wanted to catch up on some Street Outlaws, and one thing led to another, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I went to sleep, and I ended up sleeping until 9:30. So a little bit of late start. Had some stuff to open up. The shop is a mess. I came in here, and you know, after being gone for 2 weeks, you come in here and there's 150,000 spider webs. So I'm walking through the shop and they're just sticking to my face, and they're all over me, like on my legs and in my hair, and it's just annoying. And so I'm gonna be fidgety a little bit while I'm doing that. But anyhow, I got a new horn for this side. I got some roof lights. I'm gonna take that horn apart and see if I can't get that working. And with the roof lights and the horns on, and that should seal up any of the little leaks that are left. And then we're gonna climb up inside there. We'll get our ducted fan going and get some cool air blowing up in there. We'll get up inside. We're going to run some new electrical for the lights, and some new air lines for the horns. We're going to bring that plastic panel in that's broke. We're going to create a slurry, an ABS slurry. We're going to try and get that fixed. We'll get that put back in. We're going to mount the CB up in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to do in the interior, and the goal is to have this truck finished with that particular part of the job tomorrow, so that I can move it out of the way. We got tons of things to move around. We're gonna go on a little adventure and try and get the radiator for Dolores. I gotta get that truck cooling and get it on wheels. I got, right now it's on jack stands on the asphalt. They're sunk in there. It's super annoying. Dolores has been calling my name. I got to get that truck ready to go, but let's get started for today, and let's see if we can't get at least these roof lights done and the horns fixed, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get started. Okay guys, so this is going to be a miserable job. This truck is pumping out the heat. The sun's boiling down on my back, and this is going to suck, but here's the thing. Here's the old horn. It's just missing a piece of it. I thought it was broke off, but it really is just missing the front. Somebody probably stole it. This is the replacement horn. Notice it's exactly the same, so that's perfect. Hopefully the insides of this one will clean up and we can get that horn over there replaced with it. If not, we'll just order another one, but for now, today we're gonna get this horn off and this horn mounted. And we're gonna get this light off and this light mounted, and we'll just keep on working our way across and changing the lights and putting new gaskets under it and getting them bolted down. And once we get them all down, this one, if you remember right, I stripped it out. I was trying to tighten it up, and I bottomed out the screw, and that actually pulled the piece out of the roof, so I'm gonna have to fix that one. This one will be the hard one. So we'll get this one off, get that horn off, swap the horn, get this one changed, and then head right across the roof. Now the sun might overheat the phone. I don't have any kind of cover for up here. It's pretty high off the ground. I might be able to pull just the nose of the truck inside, but that's a lot of work, and I'm not sure that I'll even have room to do it. So we'll probably just suffer right out here and see what we can do. Let's get going. All right, so let's get your eyes up in there. Get your eyes on that, as Chad would say. So there's a bunch of crap that's kind of got on the ground and stuff from when I took the roof out of there. And since we're going to be working up in there, I want to get some of this stuff backed out. So I had the compressor running. I blew the filter out of the shop vac. I'm just going to vacuum this up real quick. But I figured I'd get it done. Vacuuming makes a nice filler diller. And you know, also I'm wearing my hat. One of the guys that watches the channel said that this hat was now mandatory in all my videos. So I'm gonna do it today because I'm out here in the heat and it's miserable. Let's go. We also got to get this seat out and get it over to the upholstery shop and get it fixed. We're not doing a full interior on this truck, but I'm not sitting in this crusty chair either. So I'll get that out this week and get it over there and get it recovered. This is mostly mouse and squirrel condo, and it's just getting it off the floor. It's nasty, and every time I make a mess in here I want to clean it up. That way when I do decide I'm going to do the interior, it's that much less work to do. But you see where the truck was holding water. The seat base is a little rusty, and we'll get that treated, and we'll try and save the seat base. Hopefully my upholstery guy can match this seat. It'll probably be done with boat fabric, which is both good and bad. So anybody who's ever done seats in boat seat material, you know what I mean. I'd love for him to do it in leather, and maybe I'll have him do it in leather. But I'd like to keep the same theme, you know, because the other seat is in pretty nice shape. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get your eyes up in here. Let's see. I got it looking pretty good. Got all that mouse stuff out of there. I'm gonna get you off the tripod, and all right. So anyways, here's my fishing hat, and basically I'm just wearing it to keep the sun off my head. I'm gonna be up on the roof of the truck, and yeah. So this is the interior. The bolt for the light is right here, so we'll have to push that back through and cut it off, and we'll take the horn off. That's just 4 bolts. We'll take that off, put a new gasket in the front, and take this fitting out, put the horn in, and let's go from there. All right, so I just used the screw gun, took this one out, and I went to take this back one out, and it snapped right off. And so we'll have to dig that out of there. We'll probably get some vice grips and get it turning down, and if it doesn't go, we'll just knock it through, and we'll do some washers on the inside. But we're gonna cut these off. We'll get that fastener out. We'll be able to get we'll clean this up, get the new light on there, a little bit of sealer, and poke the wires through, and keep on going. We're gonna need 3/8. We'll take this base. Really, I don't know what to do with that, but we may get some gasket material and put under there. We'll see what I got in stock. Otherwise we'll just take the horn off, slap the new horn on. But let's get these fasteners done. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the roof panel on this thing is ridiculously hot, and so this is a miserable job, but I needed to get it done. All right, this is screwing out of here. So that's good. Maybe the new screws will screw right in there. We won't have to worry about that. All right, hopefully we'll get some side cutters. With this wire cut, we'll bring the new light up there and see what it looks like. Be right back. So this is really a pain in the butt. I can't get you where you can really see what's going on. So you'll just have to imagine that I'm taking out 2 bolts, and I'm going to take the base of this horn off. And before I do that, I'm going to go inside while it's still tight. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get the fitting off, because it would be dumb of me to do it backwards. Be right back. All right, so I got the fitting off the inside. We're going to take this bolt out. We'll get a look at this horn, this block. Hey, what's up, guys? So hey, you know, I got up on the roof, I had the phone up there, and was putting the horn in, and next thing I know, I go to make an adjustment on the phone, and it's like iPhone has overheated and it needs to shut down. And I was messing around with that, and then, well, what the hell? Down the cord, pulls up into my driveway, and he helps me rig the horn. So, you know, I've only got, Trish's horns are really weak because they need a rebuild. This truck, the horns didn't work. Candy's horns don't work, and it's like da-da-da-da-da. The only horns that blare are Franny's, thank God. And so, you know, we got air pressure. This old Detroit-powered K100 named Marla, and here's the, you know, I got the interior all apart, and here's the horns. Let's see. They sound good, don't they? Anyway, we'll be back. Take these out. You guys have all seen me do cab lights. It's not anything new. These are the plastic LED Amazon China direct flight, probably on a 747. Somebody you might know. 80 bucks for, you know, 5 lights. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty annoying that you have to reroute the electrical yourself, because they don't really understand why they cast this the way they do, but they, you know, anyhow. You put this middle one in, so you poke your wires down through your rubber gasket, and then these holes aren't quite, this ain't rocket surgery, right? So these holes aren't quite exactly right. So we get it down in there. We get the back one started. Looks like I hired some new yard guys. My yard guy had an accident last time he was here.
I'd wire them up there.
Under the light instead of under the...
And then I can pull the connector and everything back down inside. It's so hard to get up underneath that header pin.
You know, dude, that's probably not a bad idea.
With snips and everything else.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. I was thinking that the connector would be out here exposed to the weather, but you're right. There's no sense in not just doing it and then snatching it back down there. Great idea. I'll be right back. Where was it? Okay. All right, so, you know, Don's over here and he's watching me about to do this electrical, and I was planning on doing it all inside the cab. And he's like, hey man, if I was you, I'd wire them up top and then just pull them down through there rather than try and get in that big aluminum overhead panel with wire strippers and crimpers and all that. Dude, what a great idea. I mean, I seriously was about to cause myself an all-day job, and then this wire is too big for red connectors, so I have to go get my blue box.
It's a lot cooler out here than it is in the
Yes, sir. Do you have is there any blown fuses in there?
that's what I'm checking now.
Are they glass?
No.
They're blades?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so not sure why the camera was off, but it was. So we're not using the fasteners that came with the lights. We're using the fasteners that were already in the truck. And I've already ruined a couple. So we got to be careful with that. I'll have to go to Home Depot later. And you know, the people who make these lights, they've never even seen a semi-truck, so they don't know what these lights are for. They just copy some old ones, roughly copy some old ones and ship them. They don't know the wiring has to come through this hole. So there's that. And now these are LEDs, so they take a little finer wire because there's no real amp draw compared to these old incandescent bulbs. Easy for me to say, right? But and I'd really like to change or try these bulbs too, or these lights before I poke them down in there, but don't really have that option, you know, unless Don fixes the wiring. Oh, hey, look at you. I got one works. That one's not wired up. Yep, 2 works. That's awesome. So either you just fix the wiring or all of these existing lights were burnt out, because none of them worked. Well, that's true. This truck is chicken light free. No chicken lights in this truck, which I find strange but exciting at the same time, right? Yeah. Because then if I do decide to do them, I can actually measure and put them kind of where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that are in the door.
Yep.
When the door goes over the foot comes.
So that it's probably going to pop that front one out on this other light.
Okay.
Yep. Broke this bolt right off. You know how sucky that is? Because how are we going to get that stub out of there? It's inside the truck.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Why'd you do that?
It was down in that hook.
How do you break off a bolt that big with this little ratchet? This thing don't even make 25 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so that sucks. Because that's not an easy fix, really. It broke it off under the surface, so I can't get anything on it. Can you even see it? Is there any bolt sticking down?
Just below the surface.
Same as up here. Man, dude. How do you break this off with 25 foot-pounds? Okay, so what I got is I got a tap, and I'm just gonna see if I can save any threads. I don't think I can. I went just a little fuzz too big, I think. I was hoping to be able to get it. There's some in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm going to try and put another bolt in there and see if it's if it'll bite in those little bit of threads. Yeah, this bolt's working. It's pretty tight. I just used the good one, and it's got a good grip on it. I'm happy with that. I just need, damn it. All right, guys, so where we left off yesterday, we have 3 lights in and done, and 2 to go. This horn's gonna get replaced. I bought a new one last night. I just couldn't have one crusty one up here and one new one, so ordered a new one, spent the money, and so what we're gonna do today is we'll get some bolts and some washers. We'll bolt this down. Then we'll go over to that side over there. We'll take that one apart and we'll replace that wired up. And then these roof lights are done. And the only thing we got to wait on is changing this horn, which is no big deal. And we can get inside today and get after some wiring. We got a really big load on the heater blower, and it trips the breaker, and I'm not really cool with that, so let me grab some tools. We'll knock out these last 2 lights. We may take a windshield out. I'm going to call the glass company. I really don't want it to sit over the weekend with the windshield out. I just wanted to touch base with them, make sure they're going to come here and cut the glass on location, and then we'll decide. But I got to get that I got to get that glass for Betty up there so I can cut those, because we're going to get 2 new glasses. It only needs 1, but I want them to match, and so that's where it'll be. Anyhow, I'll be right back. Alright, so I got some rubber washers. We've got a couple different kinds of screws, and what I'm going to do is what is that? That's a 40 and that's a 35, so I'm pretty sure. Yep. So these are metric. This truck's 1985, and yeah, I thought they were 1224s. I said 624 in a previous video, but I meant 1224. But anyhow, a couple things we're going to do. We didn't do this on the other ones. This really is not necessary. But, you know, since we're up here, and I did buy some, I have it in stock. We were looking for it yesterday, but everything I had was dried up. So we're going to take this. Oh, we can't use a 35 on the back. We have to use a. Can I get it just 40s? Instead of getting 50s. I think I just got 40s. Hopefully this is going to be long enough. I didn't really think that through. All right, and basically what you want to do is you want to center this light on the gasket so that when you tighten it up, it actually pulls down pretty evenly. Pretty interesting how it just pushes that gasket right out of there, but that's okay. It's nice to use new fasteners because they go in very well. So there you go. I'm not really sure that I like these rubber washers because they do squeeze right out of there, but I didn't have any choice. I didn't have any things to choose from, so that's just what it is. That's what I have, and that's what we're using. Either way, these new gaskets, they'll work for 5-6 more years of abuse in the sun. And so, yeah. All right, I'm gonna move down. I'll flip you around. Okay, be right back. Take this one off. We'll use this nylon gasket. So we'll pull this out. We'll get the new light up here. I'll get the electrical done. We'll get this, somebody replace this gasket. We'll get this gasket off and goop up these holes. New one in, 2 bolts, and bing, bang, boom, Bob's your uncle. We're finished. All right, be right back. Well, somehow I shut you off, but anyways, we pulled the wires up through, stripped them down, put some crimpers on. We got the gasket in there. We're gonna do a little bit of silicone. Now that's not necessary because with this new gasket, it's not gonna leak anyway, but you know, we're here, we have some in stock, let's just use it. All right. So we're going to use 135 millimeter and 140. We're going to use these plastic washers because the 35, the idea of using the rubber ones just didn't work. So what you got here? Got 40? Yeah. So we'll put a 40 in the back, 35 in the front, and we're going to use the nylon washer. We're going to poke these wires down through the roof. They didn't have any 45s or 50s that I know of, so we just stuck with the 35s and 40s, and that's the length. These are metric M6 by 35 millimeter and M6 by 40 millimeter. All right, we'll go down and get that screwdriver. Be right back. You want to get these bolts started, and then once you get them started, then you start squaring up the gasket. And again, you want the plastic cover to be kind of centered on the gasket because it gives you the best start on sealing. Now all you got to do is just pull this tight enough to get it squeezing the gasket. You don't have to lock this thing down. You don't have to lock this thing down until it breaks this plastic. Just got to get it a little squeeze on the gasket surface, and then that's good, and that's finished. Okay, so you see a problem. The one, as you're in the truck, to the right of center is dark. So we got this one, works, doesn't work. So let's get after it, figure out what's going on. First of all, because we can access the wiring inside, we'll check the wiring coming from the truck. Whew. It's a warm one. All right, so I can see that this is the wire, and it's got the factory connectors on it. We'll get into this DVOM, that's short for digital volt ohm meter, and we're gonna just look. Oh, I see the problem. Nope, I don't see the problem. We're going to disconnect these, and we're going to see if the truck wiring has voltage. I'm showing 11 volts. All right, so we're gonna plug it back in. We'll make sure that these connections are good. Now we'll have to go outside because even though I can access the wires in here, I don't really want to. I want to take it off the roof, pull it up there, and see. It could be a bad light. Might just be I crimped it on the insulation, not on the wire. So we're gonna go out there. We'll get a look. Maybe we'll have to order another light. Let's go see. Oh. Well, that's weird. I've made a error in judgment on how to mount that, so maybe I've cut the wire. We'll see. All right, so let me get some stuff. I'll be back. And I'll strip these back. Should have done it one at a time, but that's okay. All right, guys. So loose nut behind the wheel. I cut those connections and rewired them, and now they all work. So let's screw it back down, and we'll be back. All right, so we'll wait till tonight. We're in the dark to see a real big difference, but here they are. All right, working, 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 working. Working cab lights, no more leaks.